From the sky, the scale of the damage to Stena Immaculate became more visible. A gaping hole in the side of the vessel, an indication of the severity of impact. Speaking in the House of Commons, the Maritime Minister confirmed the fire on board was caused by its cargo of 220,000 barrels of jet fuel.
The fire on the Stena Immaculate appears to be extinguished, but the Solong continues to burn.
It is a crash that is both rare and unlikely because of the warnings on board the Solong cargo ship that should have sounded.
The focus, I would think, will be largely on the Solong, simply because the Solong was the ship that was moving and the other one was stationary. So the Stena Immaculate attention will also be focused on that particular vessel in the way that it is perhaps situated and whether it was able to take evasive action and so on.
It took several hours to detach the ships, with the Solong, now crewless, drifting south. And this is where the vessel has reached, around 20 miles south of Grimsby. It is very difficult to assess the extent of the damage from here, but the Coast Guard believe the Solong will likely sink in the coming hours. Its one remaining crew member is missing, now presumed dead. Other crew were moved from their hotel in Grimsby this afternoon. Shortly afterwards, a 59-year-old man was arrested by Humberside Police on suspicion of gross negligence manslaughter. The extent of the jet and diesel fuel spillage is still unknown, but there is huge concern for wildlife and their habitat. It is home to 2 marine protected areas and a vital breeding ground for seabirds, including puffins.
The fuel is lighter than water, so it will create that film over the sea, and there is a worry regarding ingestion and also covering animals in oil.
With key shipping lanes in the North Sea either closed or disrupted, the impact on global supply chains is already being felt. It is still to be decided which country will lead the investigation. Rachel Townsend, ITV News, Saltfleet, North Lincolnshire.
Well, now the probe into what went wrong has turned into a criminal investigation. What exactly will investigators be looking at? Our science editor, Martin Stew, went to a ship simulator at a marine school in South Tyneside to see what might have gone wrong.
So this was an incident that absolutely should not have happened.
So why did it? Mel Irving is a master mariner with decades of experience.
With the reduced visibility, looking out the windows, we can't see the ship.
We're in a simulator at South Shields Marine School, recreating the misty moments before yesterday's collision.
You can see now we're at the point now where it's probably impossible to avoid hitting it.
At 183 metres long and 32 metres wide, the Stena Immaculate should have been easy to spot. Yet ship tracking data shows the Solong, herself 140 metres long, didn't appear to change course or slow down, crashing into the anchored tanker at 16 knots. That's 18 miles per hour.
How on earth did something like this happen?
Simple answer is that somebody wasn't paying attention.
According to Mel, there should have been at least 2 people on the bridge at all times. They definitely would have had radar.
We can see the ship. It's a huge lump of steel. It gives a fantastic radar echo, and this is what the mariner would use.
The vessel was probably being controlled by autopilot.
If you're in an autonomous car, it will automatically steer around it to avoid a collision. Is that the same on an autopilot system like this?
No. All the autopilot does is maintain the heading that you put it on.
So you still need the captain or somebody?
Somebody has to manually put the input in.
What will investigators be looking at now?
The first thing they'll do once they get on the ships is they'll recover the Voyager data recorders, a little bit like a black box that aircraft have, and then they'll obviously interview the crew who are on the ships to find out exactly what's happened.
Was there a technical fault, a medical emergency, or was this just a serious human error? Martin Stew, ITV News.